I'm looking at the crowd here and the tens of thousands, probably 100,000 plus people here. And you did it all without burning down buildings? Without looting? I didn't know that that was possible. No shit. Boom. According to the media,
these explosions are bullshit.
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 Boom. When you have a large gathering of peaceful protesters, they're supposed to burn it all down.
Boom. These explosions are bullshit. Boom.
Who could have seen that coming?
Boom, boom, boom. These explosions are bullshit.
Oh shit.
Let's have trial by combat.
This fight has only just begun.
Keep fighting.
Let justice be done.
I did it.
We're gonna walk down and I'll be there with you.
Get up.
The best is yet to come. When you catch somebody in the fraud, you're allowed to go by very different rules. It's so egregious, it's so bad, so please, that people don't even believe it. It can't be true.
That's why my father sends a tweet. Patriots descend on Washington, D.C.
Amen. And a woman. No shit.
Boom.
According to the media,
These explosions are bullshit.
bullshit.
Bullshit. Boom.
When you have a large gathering of peaceful protesters, they're supposed to burn it all down.
Boom. These explosions are bullshit. Boom.
Who could have seen that coming?
Boom, boom, boom. These explosions are bullshit.
Oh shit.
Let's have trial by combat.
We're gathered together in the heart of our nation's capital to save our democracy.
What?
And Mike is just gonna have to come through for us. If he doesn't, that will be a sad day for our country.
Who hides evidence? Criminals hide evidence.
I had no idea. Who could have seen that coming?
Because you'll never take back our country with weakness.
So let every adversary against democracy, against liberty, be overturned right now.
So we're going to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue.
No shit.
Boom.
According to the media,
These explosions are bullshit.
bullshit.
Bullshit. Boom.
When you have a large gathering of peaceful protesters, they're supposed to burn it all down.
Boom. These explosions are bullshit. Boom.
Who could have seen that coming?
Boom, boom, boom. These explosions are bullshit.
Oh shit.
Let's have trial by combat.
No shit.
Boom.
According to the media,
These explosions are bullshit.
bullshit.
Bullshit. Boom.
When you have a large gathering of peaceful protesters, they're supposed to burn it all down.
Boom. These explosions are bullshit. Boom.
Who could have seen that coming?
Boom, boom, boom. These explosions are bullshit.
Oh shit.
Let's have trial by combat.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to the Vanguard for Spike Circumcised Dick Grayson, aka
Wow.
Robin Cohen. I am Matt Wright, and together we are traversing the muddied waters of freedom.
Wow. Hey, folks. Thanks for tuning in to this episode where we didn't do, and we just showed
Nothing.
up 8 minutes ago. And we're like, hey,
Ish.
and we're like, hey, it's Tuesday night, right? Let's do that thing we do on Tuesday nights. And so we hope you enjoy it. Folks, thanks so much for tuning into this Muddy Waters Media production. Be sure to share this right now. Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and whatever else you're watching it on. They hate us and they hate you. And they don't want you to show this to people so that they can learn things. So show them what's what and share it anyway. And be sure to like us, follow us, subscribe to us. However it is you're watching this, be sure to demonstrate your approval of such things by giving us a like, follow, share, whatever. And if it's on YouTube, hit the damn bell. You got to hit the bell or else your phone won't blow up with notifications whenever we go live. So be sure to hit the bell. And what else? Hit the bell. Give the gift of Muddy Waters today. Kids absolutely love it.
They
love
it.
They
Kids love it.
The kids are all about this.
First and foremost, allow me to thank the fine, wonderful people at siestacava.com for the kava that I'm drinking on today's episode.
And allow me to thank Nestle Pure Life for this. I got it from Walmart. For this, my wife got it from Walmart. Bula Vinaka.
Bula Vinaka. Everybody, nobody calls Spike baby because he was put in the corner. And nobody puts baby in the corner.
So, folks, who likes the contrast? This is my accent wall of the room. So this is just it's colored like the other walls. So the other three walls. So this is what's happening now. This is actually fun fact. This is the corner where I started my show. It's a fun fact.
Yeah. According to Billy Pierce, your channel won't let him hit the bell because it says that his content is designed for kids.
Our content is designed for kids?
No. No, I was very certain not to check that box. Yeah, your personal YouTube, I'm guessing.
That's definitely not designed for children.
No.
Well, we're going to fix that. So this episode is brought to you, of course, by where are we? Hold on. This episode is, in fact, brought to you by the Libertarian Party Waffle House Caucus, the fastest growing waffle-related caucus in the Libertarian Party or anywhere else. Anything else, be sure to go to the Libertarian Party Waffle House Caucus Facebook group called Libertarian Party Waffle House Caucus, if you can believe such a thing. And then this episode is also brought to you by Black Coffee, spelled BLVCK, because nothing matters anymore. We call things whatever the hell we want to. You just say whatever you want. And so it's the most delicious, cold brewed, organic coffee to ever be horrifically misspelled. Ever. So go to blackbrews.com, blvckbrews.com, and use checkout code MW to get yourself some of that amazing, amazing free shipping that they're handing out over there at Black Coffee. This episode is also brought to you by Nug of Knowledge. We are now selling smokables on this show. Back to our roots of selling smokables. And this will not get you high. Well, that green one might. The green one might get you a little high. And also might not be legal in your state. But hey, who knows? So Nugs of Knowledge is not your normal CBD supplier. For every purchase of Nug of Knowledge, some of the proceeds go towards compassionate care programs that actually give CBD products to veterans and disabled people and people who cannot afford it themselves. And it also goes towards helping end the war on drugs. So be sure to go to nugofknowledge.com and use checkout code SPIKE for 10% off your smokable. You can now use the code SPIKE when you buy weed.
So, do you want to hear something really funny that I literally just found out right now in this moment?
Okay. Yes.
Of all the people that watch or listen to our show, who do you think the least likely person to get the Facebook zuckening where they can't comment or post in any groups until after the inauguration is?
Of our regular commenters?
Regular commenters and listeners and watchers and Superfan Sarah Anderegg isn't allowed to comment on pages or groups, and she just found out, and she is not happy about it.
All she posts is like
pictures of food and her kids.
She's like the least offensive post. She is what Facebook wants. She
know.
wants nothing but posts about food and children and maybe the occasional pet and a reference to loving someone. Like, it's literally. I mean, I feel terrible.
She's indefinitely banned from commenting in groups.
Indefinitely?
Indefinitely. I'm indefinitely banned from naming groups or events. So they're really worried about superfan Sarah Anderegg.
Trying to stop the steal.
Right, trying to stop the steal.
That's Sarah Anderegg, always trying to
Oh,
foment an insurrection. Oh my lord! I
Sarah
want to not
Anderegg-
find
Sarah-
that
Sarah-
funny.
I know. She and I just signed on a house. Well, to rent a house together. And so
You may
I'm
want to
gonna
make
have
sure that the closing office doesn't call you and say, "Listen, you're not allowed to get into any property until after the inauguration because we got to make sure."
Right.
Wow.
Whew. Anyway. So how
That's
have your
okay.
last 2 weeks been? We have not done this since.
I know we barely. I mean, we've talked a little, but not a lot. So my
Yeah.
last 2 weeks have been fantastic as always. I was in California for the reopened Cal Now event. I spoke at the protest. We called it a protest. It wasn't a protest. It was more of a press conference. But it was. We had a bunch of people there protesting, but I don't know. Can you call something a protest if the police are facing away from you? Like, it feels like it's not a protest if the police
That's them
are
joining.
guarding. Yeah, that's sort of me. I felt like they were part of it, right?
Right.
And it was like, see, as I was about to talk, Capitol Hill Police, the California Capitol Hill Police come out to surround us facing away. And I thought, well, hey, thanks for joining the protest, guys. So it went very well. It was a great conference, great rally that we had with the police
Sure.
on Capitol Hill. And it must have been effective because less than 24 hours after it was over, or I guess just over 24 hours after it was over, Gavin Newsom lifted the stay-at-home order in Sacramento, which is where we were. So we'd like to take at least some credit for that.
May as well take it all.
I'll take all the credit, actually. And let's see. What else have I done? I was on Kennedy again. It looks like I'm going to be a regular on that. I was on Russia Today again. Looks like I might end up being a regular on that. Gosh, what else? I interviewed Santa last week on my show. Lenny Jarrett, who is a education reform advocate who looks as much like Santa as Tom Arnold does.
Really?
And I hope Tom's probably going to be offended by that, but he does. Just, and even when he laughs, he goes, ho, 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 ho. And I'm like, wow, that's impressive. So yeah, no, it's been a good week. How's your 2 weeks been?
It's been good. I started a new job. I started a new job 3 weeks ago. So when we did that last show, which I want to apologize to everybody in America, because our last show that aired, did not go at the high standard that our shows normally go.
The production values were,
Minimal,
shall we say, lacking,
non-existent in some points.
non-existing. It was a
then
good show. It was a good show, but then
It was a good show for anybody who heard all of it, which wasn't any of us.
no one actually heard all the show.
Right.
And then we just didn't do one last week.
Right. But the day after the show, the entire world exploded. So it can only be our fault.
If we had had a good show,
If we had had a good show, the riot on the Capitol would not have happened.
would not have happened. So we are
Would
very
not.
sorry for
We
that.
are
That's why
very,
Sarah
very
got banned. That's why, because they thought it was her fault. Which I'm
Sarah
fine
got
with blaming it on her. I'm fine
Yeah.
with blaming Sarah for that. But yeah. So Now we're back, and we just have decided to not, the last 2 times we tried putting together an actual show, it didn't work. So this time we said, hey, let's just go live. So here we are.
Yep.
So here's what we're going to do. Because we didn't bother doing notes, because you all know what has happened. It's been a nightmare. Because of that, we're just going to go straight to taking the messages that have come into the personal injury attorney, Chris Reynolds, attorney at law, Anchor call-in moment. And if the way that works is if you go to anchor.fm/muddiedwaters and leave a message for us, we will play that message at the next episode. And you can also, while you're there, you can leave a message, but you can also make a donation to Muddied Waters. You are not required to make a donation in order for us to listen to or play your message, but we will like you more. So here is the first message that came in. Oh dear.
Yeah.
This is going to be
Yeah.
So this is going to be a full.
This is going to be a full show.
So let's get started with Josh.
Hey, Matt and Spike, it's Josh McCose here in Alaska. Wanted to remind Spike to be ready to ship out a crap load of smoked salmon when he comes up here. Because I know you're looking forward to it.
Yes. I'm going to be in Alaska on the April 16th, 17th, and 18th for the Gold Rush event that the Libertarian Party of Alaska is doing. I will be one of the speakers there. I'll be speaking about building a culture of winning in the Libertarian Party, and I'm going to eat so much salmon. I'm just going to shove so much salmon in my face because you can get it there, never frozen Alaskans. I'm going to eat I'm going to make myself sick. And my wife's going to be there because it's her birthday. And so she's going to watch me for her birthday. She's going to watch me shove salmon down my gullet until I get physically ill. It is going to be so much fun.
Now, you know that I was in Alaska for a summer a couple of years ago. And legitimately, there was this place. I think it was just called it was either the Alaskan Fish Company or the Alaskan Salmon Company. I don't remember which. And I went there for lunch every day. And the best part about it was you're sitting in this restaurant and you would look out amongst the waterways there. I don't know which ones they were. But you would look out amongst the waterways and you would just see them stacking this, throwing the salmon up. And some of that salmon came to me almost immediately.
That's going to make me eat even more. If I watch them putting salmon in a container while I'm eating salmon, I'm going to be like, I want that salmon too. I
want that specific one. I
want that one I just saw. He was flippy. And they'll be like, well, it's going to take a good solid hour to get it. I'm not leaving here then. I want Flippy. When Flippy gets here, I want baked Flippy, please, with a little bit of rosemary, some sea salt. I am going to eat. I already know I'm going to make myself sick because I have very little self-control when it comes to smoked fish. And, oh, man.
And I believe that Josh McO's has a bunch of smoked salmon that he has prepared himself.
Oh, God.
Of which you are supposed to ship some of that to me.
I'll do it. I don't care. Gosh.
I could also see you being like, I did ship it as you munch on smoked salmon.
What do you mean it didn't get to you?
Totally sent that.
What's the tracking number? I'll find the tracking number. Don't worry about that. I'm going to eat so much fish. Oh, my Lord. I'm going to eat so much fish. All I'm going to eat is fish. We're going to get in the evening of the 15th. And from the evening of the 15th until we leave sometime on the 18th, I'm going to eat nothing but salmon and maybe a little halibut. Okay, just a little bit of halibut, but mostly just Alaskan sockeye salmon. I'm not even going to eat Kita salmon. Okay, I'm going to eat nothing but sockeye. I might have a little bit of Kita salmon, but I'm not mostly 92% of what I will consume for that 4-day period will be Alaskan sockeye salmon. The remaining 8% will be split somewhat evenly between Kita salmon and halibut.
Josh McCo says that Kita salmon is shit.
Well, see, so Kita candy, where they like basically make it into like a sweet jerky, that's okay. But no, I didn't travel 3,000. I don't know how far away Alaska is. I didn't travel however far away Alaska is from here to eat Kita salmon. Okay, I can get that at Costco. I am there to eat never frozen sockeye salmon, and just I'm gonna have sushi, like sashimi grade sockeye salmon. I'm gonna eat at every different level of cooked or not cooked. I'm gonna eat, so I'm definitely gonna get sick. I'm gonna show up to do my talk and be so like full. My stomach is gonna be this big, and I'll be like, "Hey, let me tell you about a culture of winning. Here's how we can win this thing." And I'll just
You stop in the middle and lie down for a nap.
I'll be sweaty. I'll be like, "You okay?" "Oh, no, I'm just ready to win." Oh man, I'm so excited, Josh. You have no idea. All right, next question from Alex Boyer.
Where?
Okay.
Alec Boyd.
Hello, Alex from Virginia calling in on the Chris Reynolds personal injury attorney-at-law Inker call-in moment. I have a question today for the guy on left and Spike
He got that correctly, by the way.
Jewish pun Cohen. Basically, we live in a world where auto manufacturers calculate whether it's more cost effective for them to pay out settlements in court or do recalls on their defective products. With that in mind, how can we be assured that corporations and companies won't do nasty things like form trusts and do other things that aren't beneficial to consumers in Kapistan or wherever? Thank you.
So this is a good point. So a lot of major businesses and car manufacturers are one example, but there are others as well. They figure that after a certain point, it doesn't make any more sense to make their product safer because they made it fairly safe as it is. And at this point, the cost of making it safer would actually be more expensive than the cost of settling for damages that happen as a result of their product still having some level of lack of safety. Now, this is different from the fact that anything can potentially be unsafe, right? Like it's impossible to make something, especially like a vehicle, 100%, 100% safe. But this is where they actually know a way to make something safer, but they go, it would just cost less to pay out when those handful of people die as a result of this. Now, this is something where the answer is the more competition you have, the more safe things are going to be, because now the auto manufacturers or whomever aren't just factoring in the cost of paying out the settlements, they're factoring in the opportunity cost of losing business to their other competitors. So as always, the answer is increased competition. What's happening?
Somebody made a Fight Club reference in the comments, and that is a part of Fight Club where Ed Norton's character, the narrator, says that exact thing about auto companies.
Oh.
And I just laughed at the Fight Club reference because it's funny. Yeah, Billy Pierce, I learned that watching Fight Club. I was thinking that exact thing when I was listening to the question.
Yeah, because they start the car and it explodes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's the answer. I don't know if
yes.
now I don't know if you actually wanted an answer to that question or you just wanted to reference Fight Club in a question, but I answered it anyway because that's who I am.
And
I'm the anti-troll.
It was a good answer, and it made everybody think of Fight Club.
Well, then two birds, right?
2 birds, 1 stone, right there.
2 birds with 1 stone. Okay,
right.
here's the here's. Did you want to expound upon that, or was
No,
the
you
fight?
nailed
Okay, okay, good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you nailed it.
Good, thank you. So, we got a question from Raw Liberty Media.
Oh, hang on.
Hey, boys of
I was on Raw Liberty Media
Yes.
yesterday. I was on their show yesterday with James and Holden, and I think it's just James and Holden's sometimes co-host. But great guys. They're just getting started. Check out their show, Raw Liberty Media. Especially check out episode 6 because I'm on it.
Episode 6, Raw Liberty Media.
Yep.
Muddied Waters Media. This is Jake Johnson, the editor and founder of Raw Liberty Media. I was wondering how you guys felt about Mitch McConnell, all the powers that he is possessing as Emperor Palpatine. Let me know. Thanks.
So
Cocaine Mitch McConnell.
Like, now you have to remember, anybody out there, that these questions have been stacking up for 2 weeks now, and Mitch
So
McConnell.
this was before DC
when this question
exploded.
was asked.
Yeah.
Mitch McConnell had more power,
Right.
but on January 5th ish, Mitch McConnell was like
Suddenly
Palpatine when Darth Vader threw him over. Big spoiler alert for Jedi if you haven't seen Return of the Jedi.
I was gonna say.
When Darth Vader threw him over the edge, and he lost.
So he's still Palpatine. He's
still
just Palpatine plummeting into the pit or
Abyss,
whatever they
yeah.
threw him down. Yeah.
Right. To which later he'll be cloned. And it won't really make that much sense.
Another spoiler alert there.
That's actually kind of a big one.
That's a big one.
But yeah, Mitch was definitely wielding a lot of power at the end, and power that didn't make a lot of sense for him to wield.
Which he didn't use it. Like, he just was like,
No, I'm not
Okay.
going to sign this spending bill for the first time in 4 years. I'm not going to vote for this. We're not going to pass this for the first time in 4 years. Like,
I think Mitch McConnell didn't want to be Senate Majority Leader anymore. Because right at the time when Georgia was deciding who their 2 senators were going to be, thereby deciding the skew of the Supreme Court of the Senate, and possibly the Supreme Court. More on that later. Mitch McConnell takes a stimulus bill where both Democrats and Donald Trump are saying, let's make this bigger. And he went, no. And he put the 2 senators who were Republicans, Loeffler and Perdue, in a situation of having to vote against something that their opponent said they'd vote in favor of, and which was wildly popular with everyone. That's the actions of someone that doesn't want to be Senate Majority Leader anymore, I think.
yes.
Because he's not dumb.
I think.
I think he didn't. I think he wanted the heat off of him for a while. I think he wants to go back now to playing the Republican conservative opposition that, well, if we could get back into power, then we'd be able to stop this socialist takeover agenda. And, and that's where he thrives. And then he'll be able to go back in as majority leader, because as we know, turtles don't die. They live like 400 years. So he's not going anywhere.
He's not going to go anywhere because Kentucky's not going to vote him out, and
he's not going to die.
He's not going to die.
He's an actual sea turtle.
Especially with all the cocaine.
Yeah, a cocaine. Listen, if you've ever seen a sea turtle on cocaine, you know what we're talking about right now. That's why they don't want the straws. That's what all the straws are for.
Plastic straw bans was because
they keep catching turtles with straws in their noses, and the poor turtle. That turtle meant that. So, thanks for that question. Here's a question from Christopher Dutton.
Happy 2021, the year this century can finally drink legally. This is Chris, no middle name Dutton, calling in on the Chris Reynolds Psychic Hotline. Any predictions on Trump setting up an American government in exile in Mar-a-Lago, along with all the politicians in Congress that are publicly claiming that they will object to the Electoral College results? Thanks. Sweet dreams. Hashtag some guy in Florida.
See, these are beautiful because, this was back before there was a armed coup attempt at the Capitol. And everyone's like, oh, do you think it's going to happen? We go, no, everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine. No. Dude, is Trump going to set up his own country, essentially?
No. His own country?
That
That'd be kind of anti-American government. I don't think. But then I wouldn't have thought that, there was going to be a 100,000 strong armed takeover of the Capitol either. So.
I mean, no, I don't think he will.
I think
that would cost his businesses way too much money, and now he can start making money on them again.
Yeah, I don't think he's
so. I don't think so. I think he won't ever fade away, but I don't think he won't ever fade away. But I think that he will go back to being business Trump for a while, and then in 2024 start coming back out again.
I think he's going to transition into creating like a Trump news network or something like that.
I could see that.
I could
see that.
Because why wouldn't he? If he made a Trump news network and basically pulled in all the Newsmax and OAN and some of the rowdier Fox people, he could easily make a subscription service that would become the number one subscription-based news service overnight. And I also, again, keep in mind, Donald Trump is not a conservative, never was. He is a progressive, big government, Republican. I mean, he's truly a Republican, Democrat, whatever the hell. He calls himself a conservative, but he's not. He doesn't care about the Republican Party, and he certainly doesn't care about, right-leaning media or whatever else. He cares about himself, and he cares about making government great, whatever the hell that means.
Did you watch his farewell address today?
I did not.
By any chance? Okay, so it's a 20-minute address, and I watched exactly this much of it because I will say it for you. He says, 4 years ago, 4 years ago, we were brought in, and I began being the 45th president of these United States with a mission to make America great again. We accomplished everything we wanted to and more, and that was where I stopped. Everything I wanted to and more.
And
really? Did you? Because I remember all of the campaign promises, and you batted like maybe 125.
If that. He
Maybe.
lowered income taxes.
Right. Not as much as he said.
And not as much as he said. And he didn't reduce the number of brackets. There's still 7 brackets.
Right.
So, and more, Matt.
And yet he did kind of put a halt to Obamacare with the there's not the tax anymore.
There's not the mandate anymore, but Obamacare
hang on.
still.
I'm guessing inauguration day is tomorrow.
You think it's coming
Friday?
back?
I think it's coming back.
See, I'm not sure if it's coming back because that was always the most wildly unpopular part of Obamacare. I don't know that it's coming back. I put it this way. If it's coming back quickly.
Yeah.
If it's doesn't happen soon, it's not going to happen. I personally think Biden's not going to reintroduce it because it was really, really, really unpopular. But
true. But he always talks about Obamacare being like, because that's what they run on. Obamacare was our big thing. So they need to have it funded. And the only way you can have it funded is by doing the tax.
Yeah, I'd sooner think, you're right, and it may very well happen. I'd sooner think they're going to push for, it's not going to be Medicare for all. but I think they're going to push for expanding Obamacare in terms of like subsidies and things like that. I think
could see that.
I think Joe Biden and congressional Democrats are about to spend money that makes Andrew Yang think, "Wow, I didn't mean that much spending." Like I think he's about to spend money like stupid like if you have crypto, you're going to be really happy because the dollar's going to be worth nothing when they're done spending. That's my opinion. But he might bring back the mandate. It'll be interesting to see that. But no, Trump's not starting a new government. Here's a question from, I believe, from the man himself, from Chris Reynolds.
Personal injury attorney Chris Reynolds here with your Music Minute. 2020 saw us lose quite a few people, but in the hip hop community, we definitely lost a few that had some significant impact. Some notable ones being Pop Smoke, King Von, and obviously most recently, at least discovered, or we all learned about, MF Doom. And it got me thinking, especially Spike, the hip hop lover that he is. I was curious as to what his favorite MF Doom track was. I'm partial to Saliva myself, but I would love to hear maybe what his favorite track or two from MF Doom is. Thanks.
Oh gosh, Beef Rap, Rhinestone Cowboy, Operation Doomsday, Rhymes Like Dimes. Like I really like. So here's the issue here. Bookhead. Here's the problem, Chris. MF Doom was easily my favorite rapper and probably my favorite music artist. Like, it was devastating to discover that he died, and that he died 2 months prior. Like, what the hell? I was excited to hear what his new track was, what his new album was going to be, because he's so freaking elusive. He barely puts stuff out anymore. He'll put out like a single or a collaborative thing with someone else, but he never really. But I was so excited for what was going to come out next. Turns out what came out next was that he was dead. So I was disappointed. But yeah, I mean, you could pick any of them. My thing is, I don't know that there's a MF Doom song I don't like, whether it was as MF Doom or JJ Doom or Mad Villain or Victor Vaughn or King Ghidorah, King. What is it? King Ghidorah. I don't like. I don't know of a MF Doom song I don't like. But I guess if I had to pick one, it would probably be. If I had to pick one single song, what would it be?
Oh, your new mic placement is awful for when you tap your fingers.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was really loud.
Well, see, yeah. So I got my mic here so that when I'm doing like professional interviews, it's out of the way. But that means anything that's at hip level is. Oh yeah, okay, that's a problem. I guess Rhinestone Cowboy. That's probably not it, but it's one of the first ones that popped in my head. There's not a song I don't like from MF Doom. Matt doesn't know who MF Doom is.
Nope, I do not. I learned about who MF Doom was from your post about MF Doom.
This is Nipsey Hussle all over again.
All over again. All over again.
You only know Nipsey Hussle existed because of me talking about him being dead.
Yeah.
All
yep.
Right. All right, here's the next one from Laser Legend Matt Hicks.
Hey there, guys. This is Matt Hicks calling in on the personal injury attorney Chris Reynolds attorney-at-law anchor call-in moment. TM. Quick update from the farm. Our new bloodhound puppy that we just picked up a week and some change ago is more adorable than you can even imagine, but she is also higher energy than I've ever seen. Like, this is not normal bloodhound behavior, and I don't know if I'm going to make it. But she's so cute. Hashtag Laser Legend and hashtag masks on for Caitlin.
Oh, well, I didn't know.
Oh man, the masks on for Caitlin.
Mask on for Caitlin.
I forgot about that.
I forgot about that. Matt's always on time with the 3-week-old hashtags. All right. Matt Hicks is always on time. Okay,
Right.
Here's the next one from Laser Legend here.
Hello there, Guy on Left and Spike Cohen and mystery co-host. This is Matt Hicks calling in on the personal injury attorney, Chris Reynolds, attorney at law, anchor call-in moment. So I heard a thing from Lindsey Graham, and this got me thinking. This clown said that people got to vote Republican in Georgia to prevent the radical socialists from taking over. And I wonder, like, is he unironically saying that? Because somehow people don't seem to realize that Republicans are as radically socialist as Democrats. Like, I don't get it. Hashtag Laser Legend and hashtag Smash the Patriarchy by crapping on the sofa.
So what Matt misheard when Lindsey Graham said that we need to stop the radical socialism, he was saying it like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Radical.
Oh, radical.
Radical, like like California Surfer from the 80s or 90s, because he was trying to talk to the kids. He wasn't talking radical.
I see. He's like totally tubular.
So yeah, brah.
Reaganomics.
Those radical Reaganomics, brah.
Ay caramba, eat my shorts.
Yeah, the completely non-socialist, non-radically socialist Republicans that were in charge of the Senate for the last 2 years and the House and the Senate for the last 4 years, expanded the debt $7 trillion, $8 trillion.
Over $7 trillion, yeah.
Yeah, over seven. Yeah, $7 or $8 trillion. They started the pathway to UBI until it looked like their guy wasn't going to win. Yeah, Lindsey Graham was probably saying that unironically. However, he apparently has forgotten the last 4 years.
Yeah, if we're using the new definition of socialism to mean spending lots of money and giving it away to everybody, as opposed to government owning the means of production, then yeah, there is socialist as the ones that are replacing them. Mm-hmm. Now, what Republicans will say is, yes, but the Democrats are about to do way more. Yeah, because they're next. And then when Republicans get back in, they're going to do way more than the Democrats did. Like, that's what Trump just ran up more debt than Obama did, for example. So, like, it only continues to get worse. So, what's the next one from?
In 4 years. He did it in 4 years.
Hey there, Guy on Left. And
yeah, that's a big distinction to make there. Donald Trump ran up roughly as much debt as Obama in 4 years.
And a lot of people are going to say, oh, it was COVID. You know, he had to pass these COVID stimulants. No,
he didn't.
No, they just needed to open. He shouldn't have shut down the country, and you shouldn't have been bailing out the states that did.
And most of that money went to government and big business. So even if you were just going to say, okay, give everyone $1,200 or give everyone $600 or whatever, that was a fraction. That would have been hundreds of billions instead of trillions. Like, it was a big difference. Anyway.
Spike Cohen and co-host whose name I still don't know yet. This is Matt Hicks calling in on the Chris Reynolds personal injury attorney at law anchor calling moment. This is the last one. I say that now, but I'm drinking, so
no, it's not.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Definitely not the last one.
I just wanted to give you guys an update on the Fox situation. I've spent the last couple of weeks refining my fox snaring technique, and I've had some success. He's come and visited, but I haven't caught him yet. But I think I've got it perfect, and that means that tonight's the night we make history. Hashtag Laser Legend.
I think that this is, first of all, it's not even close to being the last one. Also,
it's not even the last one from that day.
No, definitely not. And I also am I'm curious if he actually got Matt. If you're watching, tell us in the comments if you actually got the
He
fox.
may answer that in one of the many, many, many others.
That's a good point. That's Let's before we start with that, let's continue.
Hey guys, this is Matt Hicks calling in on the personal injury attorney Chris Reynolds, attorney at law, anchor Colin moment, TM. I just wanted to enlighten you a little bit about a conversation my wife and I just had about cooking. Frying some pork chops up, and we were having a discussion about what I should fry them in. Butter tastes the best, but it's got the lowest smoke point of the cooking fats. Sunflower oil and vegetable oils have a much higher smoke point, but the flavor is just not quite right. Olive oil has a mid-range smoke point, a little higher than butter, but lower than other olive oils or vegetable oils and stuff. So it is your best option, I believe, for flavor and getting a good sear on your meat. Hashtag Lisa Legend.
I don't think he knows what the show is about.
I mean, I know the best way that I get a sear on my meat. She can't comment, so.
I was gonna say this is a brief period of time where you can do this.
Brief period of time where I can do it, and it makes it where I don't even want to do it now. Yeah, Matt, I have never fried pork chops ever in my life.
I don't think I have either.
No, I've grilled them. I've never seared them. Or
grilled and baked. I don't think I've never
never
seared. Okay, here's the next one.
Hey guys, this is Matt Hicks calling in on the personal injury attorney Chris Reynolds, attorney at law, anchor Colin moment, TM. My wife and I are sitting here watching the election results come in on CNN, and they've got this guy named John King that's doing the coverage with Wolf Blitzer, and his hands are freaking weird, man. I need you guys to look at his hands and tell me if they look fake, like painted on or something. Hashtag fake hands. Wait, no. Hashtag lizard legend.
I'm looking up John King's hands. Oh gosh.
John, I mean, I wasn't gonna look him up, but now I will.
Yeah, I'm gonna here. Let me get this where we can all see it together. Here we go. Here's John King's hands.
I mean, I'm gonna say that Matt Hicks was a little inebriated in that moment.
I mean,
because they're big. They are big hands.
I think his hands are big.
Yeah, they're banana hands, banana mitts.
Yeah, he's got banana hands, but he's not. I don't think it's weird. I think he just has large hands. Okay. All right.
Josh McCo's just emailed us and said coconut oil and butter.
Okay. Here's the next one.
Hey, guy on left and Spike and mysterious special guest. This is Matt Hicks calling in on the personal injury attorney Chris Reynolds, attorney at law, anchor call-in moment. TM. I just wanted to tell all of your fantastic viewers that I swear to God, I promise I'm working on the video for the hot dog slap story because you guys deserve it. You need this in your lives and you deserve it. But I wanted to give everyone a little teaser and put you in the right frame of mind for it. Black Gandalf. That's what you need to know. Black Gandalf. Hashtag Laser Legend.
I've heard this story and have no idea why Black Gandalf would have anything to do with it.
Well, then you didn't hear the version that I heard because I understand why Black Gandalf has something to do with it.
I'm starting to think that there are multiple versions of the story.
Probably. That would not surprise me.
So we actually have that to play, but do we want to let
I think that he has some more teasers on it. I'm not
Okay, all right,
100%
okay.
sure.
Because now Eli Stewart or Matt Jr. has some comments that she's left. So we're gonna play those because that's what this show is about now, is the ongoing arguments
Battle.
between Matt and Eli. Yeah, here we go.
Okay, I didn't realize this was going to start recording immediately, so my bad. I just want y'all to know that I downloaded the Anchor app so that I could do voice messages, because who's better than Matt Hicks? Matt Hicks' best friend Eli, right? And I can't find you on Anchor, so unless he sends me the link directly, you guys are not showing up on the Anchor app at all for me. So just thought you might want to be aware of that, even though that's not what I was originally going to leave a voice message about.
How did you leave a message if you can't find us?
She may have been leaving it. She may have been leaving. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea.
Where were you leaving the message, Eli? If you sounds like you did find us,
right?
Because you were able to leave us a message. All right, let's go with the next one.
Secondly, I don't know what Matt Hicks has submitted for the hot dog story, because your podcast was so eloquently put together that we were unable to listen to it, which was kind of a good thing, because I happened to get Facebook banned for telling somebody to drink bleach. That sounds way worse than it actually is, okay? Anyways, skipping the bleach comment. Whatever he says in regards to the hot dog story, I'm going to go ahead and call bull on it, because we were both so trash that night that we didn't even remember what we ate or who was there. We thought one of our other friends was there, who apparently wasn't. I don't know. I was pretty incoherent. All I remember is I got smacked in the cheek with a hot dog and there was a lot of juice. That's the glory of the story.
Wow, she just spoiled the no spoiler alert on that or anything.
I just want to know how you didn't find us, but you're leaving messages to say you can't find us.
Because she said that he sent it to her. She said
that doesn't even make sense at all.
Hey.
Oh, she couldn't find us, so he had to send it to her.
Right.
Okay. Still doesn't make sense. Here we go.
I also feel like we don't give Matt Hicks' wife, Dawn, enough credit. She is so sweet. She recounted the hot dog story details to him so he could remember what happened when, because time blurs together when you do things you're not supposed to do. Yeah, she has taken care of us. She's a good woman. She's really sweet. If he didn't marry her, I would have married her, because her and his dog Knuckles are literally the reason I have survived every hangover and drunken episode. So, shout out to Dawn. You're the real homie. Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to Dawn.
This is the most interesting anchor calling day ever.
Also, and I believe Eli when she says that she would have married Dawn because she's gay.
We're going to get in trouble for that one.
I know. Here we go.
All right. My next speech, and I'm going to try to do this in under a minute, is regarding how your podcast keeps resulting in me getting banned, and it only happens on your podcast.
You
so
told
this
someone
is getting
to drink bleach.
absolutely ridiculous. I need Chris Reynolds to compensate me for emotional damage.
Why
and,
would he?
Overthrow Facebook for me or something like that.
Basically,
you can look at my history of being banned on Facebook, and I have a really good record. And then you can see when I started watching the podcast that I have been banned every single time I've commented on one of your podcasts. So the first 2 times were because I called Matt Hicks a bitch, and Facebook claims that I was bullying him. I think that's a little crap.
You told someone to drink bleach.
The first time that superfan Sarah Anderegg got the Zuck was because she said she was going to stab me for something I said on this show. And then she got zucked for 24 hours.
It's a terrorist
And then she said
threat.
that
It's a
she was-
terrorist threat.
Right. And then she said that she was going to kill me in another post, which caused her to get banned again.
Maybe stop saying you're gonna kill people.
Yeah. Why you can't comment right now.
It's like, oh, just because I threatened murder. Like, yeah, that's frowned upon. Okay, so here's the next one.
So my dog's snoring so loud right now, like it's so difficult to concentrate on sending a voice message. I'm so sorry. Anyway, the other reason I got banned, and this one is for 3 days, is because I said this, quote, "Gotta drink the bleach, brother," end quote, to another libertarian when we were discussing Donald Trump and his comments about, can't we just ingest bleach or something like bleach to be able to get rid of COVID? So I said, "Gotta drink the bleach, brother," like paraphrasing him in a casual way. And because Facebook can't read the intent or I guess the context of a conversation, I got banned for 3 days, which I protested and immediately got rejected. And now I'm going through an oversight board where they can publicly publish the findings of my case to be able to have the freedom of speech to comment and call Matt Hicks a bitch and get rebanned on Muddied Waters.
So, in all fairness, you
An
got
oversight
banned.
board?
I don't know, man. I have no idea.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I don't know.
You got banned for telling somebody to drink bleach, but so did Donald Trump. He got banned, as that was one of the reasons, I'm certain.
And I mean, everyone wants to defend Sarah, but I don't remember Donald Trump threatening to stab anyone. So, it's like, remember when this show used to be about politics?
I do.
It was
Now
all
we're
of
talking
2 weeks
about
ago.
Facebook bans of
Now we're talking about
individuals in South Carolina.
Here we go.
So, I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means, but I find it awfully interesting how I have called people way worse things on Facebook on public forums, yet only when I'm on your podcast do I say something like call Matt Hicks a bitch or tell somebody to drink bleach, again, out of context, that I am immediately spotted by Facebook and censored. I just think that's ridiculous that I can't even partake in a libertarian conversation podcast to be able to get information, to be able to joke around with other people without getting banned. That's just ridiculous. I'm going to have to start typing like a robot, because even if you say something in a context, you get accused of telling a fellow libertarian to kill themselves because you said something with the word drink bleach in it. I don't know.
Hello. Alex from Virginia calling in on the Chris Reynolds personal injury attorney-at-law anchor call-in line. And I have a question today for the guy on left and Spike Stone Tablets Cold Steve Austin Cohen. That was rough, and I sincerely apologize for that.
Wow, that was
I have a
rough.
question today about face masks. Am I supposed to sneeze in these things? Because, that's freaking disgusting. Or am I supposed to take it down and sneeze how one normally does and just spread my germs and COVID all over the place? Thank you.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to keep it on. I think that's one of the things.
Are you really?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Coughing, sneezing, sniffly.
Oh, that's awful. That's disgusting. I don't do that.
You take the mask out. Excuse me, sorry. And then you put the mask back on.
Yes. I don't want that all up here. I will remove the mask, sneeze into my elbow, and then put the mask back up.
Thereby completely eliminating the purpose of the mask to begin with.
Well, yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
just eliminate the purpose of the mask anyway.
Well, there's that too. Yeah, you're supposed to sneeze into it. I also, being Jewish, fastidiously clean mine constantly. So, my mask is when I wear one, which is really, at this point, I wear a mask on airplanes, in airports, and in establishments where I'm required to wear one, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And
much
when I'm
it.
not wearing it, I clean it because
I get the disposables, and I just chuck them.
Oh yeah, yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah.
But I would have to bring like a freaking 12-pack because I'm on all these different airplanes and stuff like that. So, and I guess I gotta wear the whole thing the whole time. Anyway, whatever. I have a very nice.
I'll wear it for
the
like a
power mask.
day. I'll wear it for like a day and then just toss it.
Well, yours is nice and clean because if you sneeze or cough, you take it off first.
I do. I 100% do.
All right. Okay. Here is one from Tom Arnold.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Spike. This is Liberty Claus. I've got a very important question. Some discussion a couple of weeks ago about whatever it is Matt's carrying on his shoulder these days, whether it's a man purse, whether it's a MERS, whether it's a laptop case, just whatever the hell it is. And I think it would behoove you guys to further discuss this. We truly need a definition. Have a good show, and I'll be listening. Ta-ta.
Do you have this bag so we can look at it to judge? Yeah.
Yeah, it's how I carry my computer places. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen this. Yeah.
It is a leather engraved with my name. You can't really see it in the camera, but leather engraved, and it carries my computer, and that's pretty much it.
What do you consider it?
I consider it like a satchel or a messenger bag.
A satchel.
A satchel.
We'll call it a satchel. That sounds like masculine and utilitarian.
Yeah, satchel.
It's a satchel.
From heretofore, it will be only known as a satchel. Meg Jones.
From henceforth, it's a satchel. That's fair. Okay. All right. Here's the next one.
Hello. Alex from Virginia calling in on the Chris Reynolds personal injury attorney at law, anchor call-in line. And
Is he
I
at
have a
work or
question
something?
today for you guys. So there was a lot of hoopla going on in the nation's capital this past week, and I'll get your guys' thoughts on that. And do you think Alex Smith being out with an injury really hindered the football team against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or do you think they would have lost either way? Thank you.
Are you in a coal mine? Like what?
Like it sounds like he's backing up a forklift.
It sounds like a forklift's backing up to him.
Sounds like he's driving the forklift.
I guess so.
Yeah,
Anyway, I could something about
so-
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith being out of the game between the former Washington Redskins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers made absolutely no difference. The Redskins were 6-10 and made it to the playoffs because they won their division. I think they were 6-10. They may have been 7-9 because they won their division, and they were going up against the 11-5 Buccaneers with Tom Brady in the playoffs. No, Alex Smith was not going to be the difference maker there. Just wasn't going to happen. The Redskins were going to get slaughtered in that game. The Washington football team was going to get slaughtered in that game, and that is what happened.
I now know how you felt when I was talking about MF Doom.
Yeah, I feel that way a lot when you talk about rap. Sometimes I like sports questions.
Hello, Alex from Virginia again.
What?
And I have a scenario for you guys.
God.
Cleaning out your cabinets or whatever, and you find a bottle of purified drinking water. You don't remember it being there, so you're like, this is strange. You crack it open, out comes a genie. So, you have a genie. Some time has passed, you have absolutely wasted your first two wishes. Alright, maybe you're like, huh, I wish I knew where the TV remote was. And then the genie's like, boom, you know. And then you're like, wow, I wish I didn't say that. So now you don't even know where the TV remote is, and you're out 2 wishes. What's your third wish? It's got to be anime cat girls, right?
I mean, honestly, if I forgot that I had asked for my TV remote and that was the first thing that came to mind, I'm probably more than likely asking for another TV remote.
Right now, I'm asking for people to call in with political questions. That would be my wish.
My third wish is that from now on, people ask questions about
the
ostensible purpose of this show.
Right, as opposed to random life updates.
This is kind of our fault, though, because we said,
we
said,
we
hey,
let it
just
happen.
leave any question, or even just.
But anime cat girls, I mean, whatever you're into, it's your wish.
I'm good with that. I think my wish would be like world peace or something, and then the genie would go, "No, we're not doing anything cliche like that." And I'd say, "Okay, fine. Where's my remote?"
I'm still going for real questions.
That would be nice.
Hello.
Gosh,
Alex,
actually, okay. My wish is that from now on, Alex calls not in the I have no idea. I think they're building a bridge or something.
Yeah, he's in Virginia Beach, so that's possible.
Yeah, on the.
I probably shouldn't be
construction
outing
site.
him like that.
Well, you didn't say where in Virginia Beach. He's by a construction site in Virginia Beach.
He's by a construction site for sure.
That narrowed it down.
Calling in on the Chris Reynolds personal injury attorney law anchor calling moment. I have a question today for you guys. What is one of your favorite songs right now? Something that just catches your ear, maybe gets stuck in your head for a little while. And in the event that anyone in the audience doesn't know that song, could you sing it for us? Thank you.
I think he's at a soundboard just pressing industrial
random buttons.
That was like a fire alarm.
Yeah.
Where are you? Like, I feel like he's in a war zone or something. Like next you're gonna hear gunfire and like a mortar going off.
Right. One of my favorite songs right now, anything by AJR. Anything by AJR, I'm into. And no, I'm not gonna sing it. I'm not gonna sing any of them.
Gosh, like a new song? I don't really like new music because I'm an old Jew.
You're a middle-aged Jew.
I'm a middle-aged Jew. I feel old.
Yeah.
A new song. I heard a cover of Sarah Smile by Teddy Swims. But that's like an old song. But it's a cover.
It counts.
I'm counting that as a new song. Okay, here's some more from Matt. So, do you want to do the hot? Are these?
I didn't even listen to these.
Okay. I'm going to. Holy hell! I'm making an executive decision right now. At long last, we are going to play the hot dog story now. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
We're playing the hot dog story right now.
Hello there. Welcome to the Matt Hicks Story Hour.
Wow.
By popular demand, you all wanted to hear the hot dog slap story. And who am I to keep an adoring public waiting? So, one day, while I was in my undergrad education, my dear, sweet, naive country mouse friend Eli Stewart says to me, "We should go get tattoos and do mushrooms." Little did she know. So here's how this went down. A dear friend of ours, who I shall refer to as Ronnie Fist, not his real name because he has a professional career to look out for, we all go to the tattoo shop, and they get little Pilcrow symbol tattoos, and I'm the go big or go home kind of guy. I end up with this elbow to wrist sleeve thing going on with you can kind of see there's Pilcrow dude throwing up and all this. Hey, whatever. We get these tattoos done. Mine took several days because it was more than one sitting anyway. Not for nothing. We get these tattoos done, and then we come back to my house. My wife, the sweet woman that she is, she made pizza from scratch, the dough and everything, and I laid out all the booze and all the drugs, because that's what we do, booze and drugs. Anyway, I'm no rookie at this, right? So I know, let's eat first. So we eat the pizza, and we wait about an hour or so, let the food settle down, hour and a half, let the food settle down, because mushrooms ain't the best thing in the world for your stomach. So, there's like conversation, we're drinking a little bit, and listening to records, because that's what we do at my house. The magic moment arrives, and we eat a bunch of magic mushrooms. Here's a little aside for those of you who maybe aren't so initiated into the world of psychedelics. When you take mushrooms, at least for me, how it goes is that after about 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so, I get this tingly, vibraty thing going on my whole body. Like every atom feels like it's dancing, right? You're just giddy. You want to get up. You want to go. You want to do stuff. Kind of starting to get this energetic thing going. And then once that starts, it goes for about 10-ish minutes. And then like a rocket ship. Next level, right? Like you're just zooming from this slow, gentle, gradual increase straight up. And then you plateau for a little while. We're sitting around listening to records and bullshit. And then I start feeling the tingly going on. And I'm like, yeah, here we go. Time for the ride. Buckle up, bitches.
This used to be a political show.
So we go outside. Set the mood for you. It's a beautiful,
I remember
crisp,
when we did politics.
Late fall, early winter night in South Carolina. It's chilly, but not freezing cold. Like much like now, I'm wearing my sock monkey hat because me, much like the Beatles and their hit song, everybody's got something to hide except for me and my sock monkey. Whatever. Anyway, somehow, I assume it had something to do with the cold, Ronnie Fist ended up wearing my farwa, which is an Arabic robe thing that they wear during the winter in the Middle East. It's predominantly worn by like sheikhs and important people and shit. It's kind of dressy, but it's really warm. I call it my warm hug. And somehow he ended up in my house slippers. I don't really fucking get that part, but whatever. It happened. It's a thing. Can't undo it. So we go back outside, and we walk out into the orchard. We call it the orchard. It's a spot out in my front yard where my wife and I, over the years, have planted several fruit trees. There's beautiful full moon going on. You get the moon shadow action happening.
This story is different than what I heard.
Delightful. We're out in the orchard, looking at the moon and just being high and talking. Somebody gets the great idea that we should go for a walk in the woods. So,
like Eli is like giving
fucking I'm
away
in,
the
right?
rest of the story.
So we start walking off into the woods, and it's me, and it's Ronnie, and it's Eli, in that order, single file.
I've been there before. I know my way around, even though it's dark in the woods because, you know, the trees and all that shit block out the light. We're walking off into the woods, and at some point, Ronnie hung up on a wisteria vine. It was like a 2-inch round wisteria vine or something like that, and he trips and falls. And Eli and I apparently stuck fully in the hive mind of psychedelic mushroom-induced syncopation. Both were like, fuck this, we're out, and we just left. Like, I kept on walking, and she actually walked on him. She stepped on him, not over him, not around him. She stepped on him, walked on Ronnie, and we just walked out of the woods and left him there, laying on the ground. Like, kind of, he wasn't really yelling for help, but he was making ruckus.
God,
Anyway,
I
so
think that's the Blair Witch up here. That's
Eli
amazing.
and I are in the orchard, enjoying the full moon, when out from the woods comes Ronnie. A vision, right? It's dark.
This is
and he
a hot
steps out
dog
into
story, by the
moonlight,
way.
And he's wearing this long, dark robe, one slipper, and he's carrying this, like, I don't know, like 6-foot long stick, like a fucking majestic black Gandalf, right? That's what he looked like. And he comes walking over to us, like leaves and shit in his hair. And I was like, okay, cool, he's not dead. And I just continued walking because that's what I do. I came back up here to the house and I got myself something to drink. So I'm smoking a cigarette, much like now. But they're still out in the orchard talking. So I was like, fuck it, let me go see what they're about. So I go walking back down to the orchard, and I interrupted their conversation. They were talking about moments in time and objects in the universe, and whether or not they have any intrinsic meaning or if that's just something that humans impart to them. And the conversation was directed predominantly at Ronnie's stick, his wizard staff. At this point, there was a convergence of the minds once again where they both agreed that I ruined a moment that they were having by just simply stating, it's just a fucking stick, dude. Sometimes a stick is just a stick. So anyway, we all come back up to the house and we go back inside. And Ronnie and my wife are in the record room listening to records, and Eli and I had a raging case of the munchies because we've been smoking weed, eating mushrooms, drinking. We were like, we need something to eat. Pizza's gone. We ate it all. So we go in the kitchen, and the two of us, like a couple of freaking truffle pigs, are rooting around in the refrigerator for something to snack on. A couple of days earlier, I had barbecued. I'd fired up the grill and cooked some burgers and some bratwursts. And there, the bottom shelf of the fridge, is this plate covered in saran wrap. And underneath the saran wrap are 4 delicious, amazing looking bratwursts, like still glistening with the oily sheen in their brown with like little char marks of crispy flavor strip heaven. We gotta eat these. We gotta eat these. So we pull them out of the fridge and we put them on the kitchen counter. Peel back the saran wrap that was like the oil. It was kind of sticking to the bratwursts a little bit. Just peel it back. We're sitting there. We each grab one and we're just eating them cold, straight off the plate because why not, right? Just cold. So I have this moment where I look over at Eli, doughy-eyed, open-mouthed chewing, like a goddamn cow or a goat chewing its cud, a fucking ruminant. And I look down at this plate of bratwursts. I look up at Eli. I look down at this plate of bratwurst. I look up at Eli, and I knew right then what I had to do. So I reached down and I grabbed the bratwurst. I'm staring at the bratwurst. And I look over at Eli, and I just saw the look of terror come into her face. She knew something was going to happen, but she had no idea what was going to happen. And I cocked my arm back. Pow! Right across the face. I don't know if any of you have seen the movie How High, but this bratwurst slap was just like the diaper change baby powder scene with the pimp slap, except replace the hand with the hot dog. I replaced the baby powder with the light oily sheen that it left like right across her cheek. And her jaw dropped open and her eyes got huge. And all she could muster was to ask, "Why would you do that?" And I tell you, to this day, I don't know why. It just seemed like the thing to do.
So that was 12 and a half minutes of Matt Hicks telling a story that I can tell in 35 seconds.
There is zero reason that story
reason that story needs to be that long
is so long.
And I want everybody to know it was longer when I got it. And I cut out a lot.
That was a no filler version of a story that literally yes, it was worth it, Matt. It was worth it. He's asking if it was worth it. Here's how you tell that
Billy
story.
Pierce says he's never getting that 12 minutes back.
Nope.
Hey,
can you tell me the hot dog story? Sure. So I was doing drugs with someone, and we went and looked at the moon, and then we came back and had some really interesting conversations. Then we went and ate bratwurst, and my friend Eli was eating bratwurst with me, and so I hit her in the face with it. And that's why she's not gay no more. That's how you tell that story. Look, that was definitely less than a minute, right?
That was definitely less than a minute. Yeah, like
it's definitely less than a minute.
My version of that story was, I was doing drugs with a friend of mine, and we were on a bunch of drugs, and I got munchies, so we went to see what was there, and I found a already cooked bratwurst in the fridge, and I hit my friend in the face with it.
Now, Eli saying the stick part was more vital than even presented in that story. Okay. I just don't even know what.
Yeah.
This show is supposed to be about politics.
Yes. That was the original intent. And yet somehow it has turned into Matt Hicks calls in to tell us about his dog and his fox and hot dog stories.
And hitting hitting with the hot dog, yeah. At least the sound's working this time.
That's true.
Things are looking up.
2021, the episodes in 2021 are really going off.
All of the episodes in 2021 are like, what the hell has happened? Right? We had an episode, folks, that got over 250,000 views. And now look at us.
We had prime time numbers.
We had like comparable to like broadcast news numbers, cable news numbers, and now look, this is
Oh, that's a good question. Jordan Fletcher, thank you for the $5. I missed
thank
it.
you.
Did he eat it afterwards? That is
Yeah,
a
Matt.
great.
Record a half-hour long story about whether or not you ate it afterwards. No, let us know if you ate it afterwards.
Please, no more stories from Matt Hicks.
We have many more here. We have. Oh gosh, we have a few more.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. But we only have 24 minutes before I have to be done.
Okay, so we'll have to skip those. So Matt, we gave you a solid 12 minutes of story. We're gonna have to skip over these ones. We love you, bud.
Both of them are saying he ate it.
Okay.
Both Eli
All right, okay.
and Matt are saying that he did eat the hot dog.
Okay, well there you go. Okay. All right,
This is
so
gonna
we're
become
gonna
our
go.
most listened to episode at anchor.fm/muddy.
This is gonna end up getting 1 million views, and this is
And-
what we'll be known for. And if I, run for office in the future, they'll be like, "Hey, hot dog guy," and I'm like, "Sure." So, okay, here's one.
Hello, Alex from Virginia calling in. And
Wait,
going
fix the
back
sound.
to my genie question, if you wish for something and then wish you didn't make that wish, how many wishes do you still have? Is this a genie paradox? Like, what's going on there? All right, thank you.
If you wish something and then wish you hadn't wished it, that's 2 wishes.
Yep. That
Straight
is
up.
2.
Straight up 2 wishes.
Yep.
Straight up 2 wishes. Okay, here's one from Mercedes.
Oh my god, it took me like 15 minutes to find you on this Anchor app, just so you know. Hello, how are you guys? I hope you're doing well.
Anchor.fm/muddied
Sorry you
waters.
couldn't do this on your normal scheduled evening, but I'm glad you didn't, because I definitely did not get a message in until today. So, Spike, I hope your Kennedy interview went well, is going to go well. I don't know when you're going to play this. Also, my question is what your favorite pie is, both of you. It's a very important question. It's like the most important question. Also, Spike, how would one go about baking you a pie within your dietary guidelines? Thank you so
Oh,
much.
gosh.
Nemi says hi. Goodbye.
For Spike's dietary guidelines, what you do is you get salmon, you smoke it, and you give it to him, and you say it's a pie.
Call it pie.
You
Smoked
just
salmon
call
pie.
it pie. That will
It's a
re-
crustless,
re-
open face smoked salmon pie. So my favorite pie is, and these are 2. I have to pick 2. Does cheesecake does not count as pie, right?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, then yeah, because that would be my favorite pie if it did. So either sweet potato pie or pecan pie.
Now, I just got a text message saying that if I answered the pie question wrong, I'm dead.
She's gonna get blocked from texting.
So obviously the only correct answer I can give is superfan Sarah Anderegg's pie.
That's what she wanted you to say?
No, she probably wanted me to say her apple pie with cinnamon rolls crust. Which that would be the right answer, but Sarah Anderegg's pie works just as well.
She's gonna get banned from texting for threatening to kill people.
Verizon's gonna be like, no more.
No more terrorist
more.
threats on our service, lady. All right, okay, here's the next one.
Hello, Alex from Virginia calling in on the Chris Reynolds personal injury attorney at law Anchor call-in moment. I have a question today for the 2 of you. I was wondering and kind of hoping that you would be able to point me in the way of a more fun, lighthearted conspiracy theory to look into. You know, I don't want to get into some super serious stuff like, 9/11 was an inside job or anything like that. Like, one of my favorites is that last year McDonald's introduced the Travis Scott meal as a means to get rid of a lot of barbecue sauce packets that were about to expire. So, a conspiracy theory in that vein, if you will. Thank you.
Now,
That's probably true, though.
it's not, it wouldn't surprise me. So
It would not.
my like this one is not as small as that, but honestly, the flat Earth, ooh, those text messages, the flat Earth theory, the flat Earth conspiracy. Not reading those. She will get banned from Verizon. The flat Earth conspiracy is possibly my favorite. When I had a Facebook, because Matt Wright with a W doesn't have a Facebook. I was a member of a group called Flat Earth No Trolls, and it was the greatest bathroom reading I've ever found. And you just go through it, and the people there trying to explain flat Earth and how us roundies, globetards, that's it,
globetards.
Yeah,
they don't understand astronomy at all.
No, every other planet's round, or they don't exist, and they're just on the firmament. They're just imprinted on the firmament.
On the firmament.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that one's my favorite. I might actually rejoin that group because it is great bathroom.
You know, they won't let you go to Antarctica, Matt.
No,
except they won't. Do.
They won't. There is an ice wall that will stop you.
Like you actually can go to Antarctica if you want to.
There are people who go there.
There are people who go there. There are people there right now. You can go. It's just highly ill-advised because you'll probably die if you're not set up for it.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Joe Hackman says Australia isn't real. That's a good one.
Yeah, I like any of the things that assert that entire states and countries aren't real. I don't know how creative those are. I like the one that it's all Ohio. That everything is Ohio. And I say that because when I went to Ohio this last time for my Waffle House Whistle Stop tour that began in Cincinnati and ended in Cleveland, I found that I felt like, because I stopped at like 13, 14 stops, 15 stops, something like that, I felt like I had just traveled the entire planet. Like literally. So there's the answer to that. Here's the next
Jordan
one.
Fletcher, thank you for your donation on YouTube.
Oh, thank you, Jordan. Thank you. Oh gosh, thank you. You need to look up I'm Just Saying Hot Dog for good. I will definitely do that. Because
Yes,
I need to see more hot dog content.
After tonight.
After tonight, that wasn't enough. If anything, I need more hot dog content.
Hey, Matt and Spike. Josh McCoy is here. I'm just thinking about the incoming hyperinflation of the dollar and what we might convert our cryptocurrency to if the world reserves of the dollar go to zero. What's your guys' take on this?
If that happens, I'm converting my crypto into mansions and islands and sports cars.
Property.
And sports cars. I mean, sports cars aren't durable goods, but that would be my splurge.
Right. Yeah, the pound.
Oh, and salmon.
Salmon. Gold.
Gold, the original gold. The gold of the sea.
I think that's just gold.
Is gold in the sea?
I mean, when they were panning for it, it was in rivers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Food. Yeah,
that's what actually happened. They would go there and they would try to pan for gold, and they're like, "Stam," and it was just salmon flopping about. They're like,
and they were like,
"Get out of my way."
This is goldfish. This fish is worth its weight in gold.
Goldfish, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I said that I wasn't going to play anything from Matt Hicks, but I am going to play this one.
I hit her so hard the fucking hot dog broke.
This is the stupidest show we've ever done.
Well, that's a good one to end on, folks. Hey, thanks for tuning in to this hour and 40-minute long absolute utter nonsense. From now on, we're going to have show notes.
Yeah, I'm not scheduling podcasts on Monday night anymore. Woo.
So, folks, any final thoughts, Matt?
I feel like I feel bad. I feel bad for Josh McCose because I feel like he was the only one that asked a semi-real
Like a legitimate question.
Yeah, like a legitimate question, and we just brushed over it at the end because
We were so fatigued that we just couldn't even. No, but I answered how I mean, no, I think the dollar's gonna, it's gonna go to garbage, and crypto will, both by virtue of the fact that crypto is actually gaining in true value in terms of purchasing power, and relative to the currencies that we'd otherwise be using, it's gaining even more because they're losing. I think crypto is going to be incredibly valuable, and I do plan to buy a lot of fish. So, folks,
and if you, by the way, if you happen to decide to leave big tech, and you head on over to Flote, FLOTE.app, you can follow us and you can donate to us in crypto there, which people have been doing, and you can you could start this. You could be the one to start this, which also reminds me that I'm 85% certain the creator of Flote will be on this show next Tuesday.
Yes, we're gonna have Kingsley Edwards on next week. We think probably.
We got the definite from him a week ago, but I haven't followed up. So
we're going to get a definite.
We are
going to
get a
be
definite
next week. But yeah, go to Flote.app. First of all, go to Flote, get an account. Flote has everything that all the main social media companies have, without the spying or the censorship. They will eventually have some advertising, but it will be tastefully done and will not be algorithm based. It will just be purchased advertising that people have bought. And you can put anything you want on there. If it's not like a death threat, you can pretty much put anything on. You can even put nudes on there. You just have to mark them NSFW, not safe for work. That's their only thing they ask.
And now you can embed Flote videos in on your website or wherever you would like to embed them.
Yes, you can now embed videos. So go over to Flote.app, and tomorrow, which is Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be interviewing on my show, My Fellow Americans. I will be interviewing Jason Spires, who is he was arrested and put in jail for 15 years on a marijuana charge. And he now is it full Stanford scholar? He's a
Stanford. Yeah, Stanford.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I just talked with our booker not long ago.
Okay.
And I thought he was coming on our show, on this show. Did we double book him? I could be wrong. He may have said Spike decided he wanted him on his show. I don't really remember.
We might have him twice. We might have him on my show and on our show. I'm not sure. Anyway, tomorrow I'm interviewing Jason Spires, and we'll maybe be interviewing him again in the future. And then have a great weekend, and we will see you back here on Tuesday for another exciting episode of the Muddy Waters of Freedom, where Matt Wright and I will actually talk about the news. I hope.
We will absolutely really talk about the news next week.
Hopefully.
And yes, for anybody, yes, we did do show notes for last week because I saw people ask that question in the comments. Yes, there were show notes for last week, but those notes were dead.
They were irrelevant to this week. Yeah, they were
completely irrelevant to this week.
They were talked to death. So instead we did this.
Right. Instead we did this. So
which will end up being one of our most watched shows because that's how life works.
Yes.
So folks, Matt, if someone were to decide they wanted to continue consuming this type of content and wanted to do so on the internet, is that even possible? And if so, how?
It is possible. Billy Pierce, yes, I am on Float. I am the Muddied Waters account on Float. I also have my own private, but I'm never on it.
I'm on Float too, float.app/Spike Cohen.
Yep. If you wanted to find us on the internet and you're one of the old school people who really enjoy listening to the sweet, buttery sounds of our voice. Oh, wait, hang on a second. Before we get there, I have to thank Timecode Productions for allowing me to use their studio for the last few months. In a couple of weeks, I won't need it anymore, but the guys here have been great. They've been so welcoming. They're awesome. They're doing a lot of really cool stuff, and they have the absolute ability to handle any of your video needs. So if you have any video needs, please go to timecodeproduction.com and you can have them do your video for you. But great guys that work here. But yeah, if you have any if you just want to listen to our sweet buttery voices,
Hi everybody. Hello.
Can go to anchor.fm.
Anchor.fm. I need to get a longer mic arm.
Like you're trying to go down on yourself.
I know. It's hey everybody.
You can go to anchor.fm/muddied waters.
Hey, do you like this?
That is MUDDIED waters. Muddied waters. I don't know why you guys can't find us.
Media. Muddied Waters.
And you can hit the favorite star.
Hit the favorite
also
star.
Leave us messages.
And donate to us.
And you can donate to us. And you don't have to donate for us to play your messages, but we're a lot more likely to.
Especially after today.
Especially. So Matt, you better start donating. Or you can find this in every other episode at muddiedwatersmedia.com.
Well, folks, thanks so much for sticking around for this. This was just fantastic. And we will see you next week. Same muddied place, same muddied time. Tune in tomorrow for My Fellow Americans, and then we'll see you next week right here for the Muddy Waters of Freedom. Thanks again for tuning in. And where we're going,
we don't need roads.
I'm looking at the crowd here and the tens of thousands, probably 100,000 plus people here. And you did it all without burning down buildings? Without looting? I didn't know that was possible. No shit. Boom. According to the media,
these explosions are bullshit.
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 Boom. When you have a large gathering of peaceful protesters, they're supposed to burn it all down.
Boom. These explosions are bullshit. Boom.
Who could have seen that coming?
Boom, boom, boom. These explosions are bullshit.
Oh shit.
Let's have trial by combat.
This fight has only just begun.
Keep fighting.
Let justice be done.
I did it.
We're gonna walk down and I'll be there with you.
Get up.
The best is yet to come. When you catch somebody in the fraud, you're allowed to go by very different rules. It's so egregious, it's so bad, so base that people don't even believe it. It can't be true.
That's why my father sends a tweet. Patriots descend on Washington, D.C.
Amen. And a woman. No shit.
Boom.
According to the media,
these explosions are bullshit.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Boom.
When you have a large gathering of peaceful protesters, they're supposed to burn it all down.
Boom. These explosions are bullshit. Boom.
Who could have seen that coming?
Boom, boom, boom. These explosions are bullshit.
Oh shit.
Let's have trial by combat.
We're gathered together in the heart of our nation's capital to save our democracy.
What?
And Mike imagine that will be a sad day for our country.
Who hides evidence? Criminals hide evidence.
I had no idea. Who could have seen that coming? Because you'll never take back our country with weakness.
So let every adversary against democracy, against liberty, be overturned right now.
So we're going to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue.
No shit!
Boom.
According to the media,
These explosions are bullshit.
bullshit.
Bullshit. Boom.
When you have a large gathering of peaceful protesters, they're supposed to burn it all down.
Boom. These explosions are bullshit. Boom.
Who could have seen that coming?
Boom. 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 These explosions are bullshit.
No shit.
Let's have trial by combat.
No shit.
Boom.
According to the media,
These explosions are bullshit.
bullshit.
Bullshit. Boom.
When you have a large gathering of peaceful protesters, they're supposed to burn it all down.
Boom. These explosions are bullshit. Boom.
Who could have seen that coming?
Boom. Boom. Boom.